Well, hey friends. All right, I have got a Sephora haul for you. This order was actually placed a while ago during the Sephora holiday savings event, but I'm just now getting around to sharing it with you guys. We're gonna try it all on. I have to say, I've now tried it all on. So you're gonna see that in a minute. And there were a lot of goodies, like stuff that I was like, I hope I like it, and I loved it. So I also am excited to share that this video is sponsored by Sephora. That's always a surreal thing for me to say out loud. So thank you, Sephora. They are currently running their Fragrance for All event. So if you are in need of a fragrance, whether you know you're like, it's on my wish list, I'm hoping to get it, or you're buying one for someone else, this is the perfect event because you can save 20% off of full-size fragrances at Sephora. But it's also great because if you need it last minute, you can do order online, pick up in store or curbside, but they are also doing a free same-day delivery promo at the same time. So you can stack that with the 20% off code for full-size fragrance, which is fragrance20. You can stack them together. I think that is amazing. So it's a great time to shop for a new fragrance for you or for a gift. So the code is fragrance20. Like I said, it is a one-time use. I want to share my top few picks because Sephora sells some of my favorite fragrances of all time. The number one that I have recommended to you guys that so many of you guys have absolutely loved too is what I always say is the most head turner fragrance. When I wear this, people ask me what I'm wearing all of the time. It is Lancome La Vie Belle. There is something about the scent of this that is incredible. It's sweet, but it's still like a little bit like, there's like a twist to it. I think the reason people ask about it is this seems to be one of those universally good smelling perfumes. So I've gone through multiple bottles of this. I love it. Another one that I have not shut my yap about this year is the Gucci Flora Gorgeous Gardenia. I got this from Sephora this past year and it's nearly empty. It smells so good. It smells so good. I'm not usually a floral person. To me, this doesn't really smell floral. It smells sweet, like, oh my gosh, and juicy. It smells sweet and juicy. I love this, and the packaging is really pretty too. Another one that I've loved for years and years, and again, it's one of those universally good smelling perfumes, is Glossier You. Yeah, this one, every time I wear this one, Tyler's always like, which perfume is that? I really like it. Such a good one. They have different versions of it, but the Glossier You original is definitely my favorite. And then one that I am planning to buy during this event is the Ariana Grande Mod Vanilla. I am so excited to have a full size of that because I bought the like travel size vial. I used it up recently and it is one of my personal favorites. I loved having it in my purse, honestly, because it smelled so good when I would refresh throughout the day, but I've never had the full size. So I'm excited to get 20% off of that. It smells so good. Very much like, it does have vanilla, but it's like a sexy vanilla. Like, I can't explain it. It's a good scent. So those are my top picks if you are thinking about asking for it for yourself for the holidays, or maybe you're getting a gift for someone. I will have those linked down below, but I will also have the link to shop and save 20% off full-size fragrance, like I said. The other thing is you can shop this online or in store, which is great because if you'd rather go in and actually smell these items, you can, and you can still save that 20% off. Thank you so much, Sephora, for sponsoring this video. Let's talk about the makeup that I bought. I am so excited to show you these things. All right, let's talk makeup, shall we? So we're gonna try these on today. I finally got the Patrick Ta new foundation. This formula-wise sounds right up my alley. This is the Major Skin, okay, the title is a lot, all right. Major Skin Hydra Luxe Luminous Skin Perfecting Foundation. I picked out the shade 6 Neutral based on what I could see online, like in swatches and stuff. I feel like that's actually gonna be a decent match. The packaging is absolutely stunning. I have to say, like a really nice glass bottle, really pretty rose gold. I am a fan of that. So it's got a nice pump. Let's just put a little bit on one cheek and give it a try. I'll do it with a sponge on one and then we'll do a brush on the other. Yeah, I feel like shade match wise, that's really good. So one pass at it. This is without and this is with. I feel like it definitely has less coverage than I was picturing, but let's try it. First of all, let's try to layer it. And then on the other side, I'll do a brush because it'll definitely have a little more coverage with a brush. It does look skin-like. And you know that's always for me what I'm trying to go for. Like if you were to look at me up close, I don't want it to look wildly makeup-y. And this is definitely looking very much like skin in a good way. So that looks pretty. Let's try it with a brush on this side just to see. I'm having one of those days where I feel like my eyes were darker than usual. And I always say I feel like I look like Uncle Fester on those days. All right, so definitely more coverage with the brush if that's what you're into, but it looks a little more natural with the sponge. So, and again, that's true for pretty much any foundation, but definitely true for this. It's looking nice though. It really is. Let's see how it sits on the nose. I'm gonna use my sponge for my nose. My fear with this was that it would end up being too oily. You know what I mean? Or like too greasy, too dewy, but I feel like it definitely has that kind of glow factor, but it doesn't seem to be too overpowering the way I thought it might be based on the way I feared it would be. So I'm really enjoying the finish of this. We'll definitely need to set it with the powder. I was mentioning how I really do feel like my skin lately has definitely, it's less dry than it used to be for sure. Like it's definitely starting to get a little more oily. I mean, I feel like it looks pretty. This is exciting. Okay, yay. It's been a while. I feel like a lot of foundations I've tried recently have been a little bit hit or miss, maybe more so than usual. So I'm excited to have found one that I am hoping wears nicely. I'll let you know. I will put wear notes below if you're curious how these wear throughout the day. I'll type that into the description box for you, but I feel like it looks good. So yay for that. All right, next, this was actually a repurchase, the Milk Makeup Future Fluid Concealer. This is one that I loved for so long. I had used it most of the way up, and then I was looking at it like, I feel like a year ago, and I was like, it's way too old, I need to get rid of it. So I'd been wanting to repurchase it. So we did. I love that it's kind of different packaging than like the long, slender concealers. I remembered this being nice and kind of creamy. It's the type of texture I like in concealer where it's not too thin. It has a little bit of like, to it. Trying to, I mean, it was so long ago that I used this. Trying to remember, I'm pretty sure I always did a brush. I mean, I generally use a brush with concealer for the most part, but lately I've been tapping it in at the end with a sponge, but I don't know that I necessarily need that with this. Definitely covers and brightens. I remember it just staying pretty well. It was easy to work with. It was just one of those concealers that felt very fuss-free for me. I'll even put a little on the nose. It's just a good formula. So if you're in need of a new one, you're feeling like kind of stagnant with the concealer, or maybe you're out of concealer, I feel like this is one that most people would like. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so there we go. So this is I'm pretty sure it's a new launch from Anastasia. It's their Volumizing Tinted Brow Gel. I think this is the smaller size. I have said before, and I'll say it again, I love, ooh, this is pretty. I love that so many brands are doing mini sizes of their makeup products because it is such an amazing way to be able to try something without spending the full amount and then discovering, oh, I don't really like it or it doesn't really work for me. This is perfect. So the packaging is really cute. I kind of just expected it to be the typical packaging for a brow gel, like the plasticky, but this, I mean, it's still plastic. It just looks really pretty. So it's got one of those really small little wand. I hope the color works because that's going to be the thing. And it looks like, oh, okay. It's got like a flat edge-ish on one side and then like a comby edge on the other. Okay, so I looked up how to use it. Sephora says using the long bristle side, okay, start by applying at the highest point of the brow, okay, and work towards the end. Using the remaining product, apply to the front and blend throughout the brow to create desired color and volume. Use the shorter bristle side, kind of the flattened side, to add extra definition and detail. Let it dry 20 seconds before blending or layering additional product. Okay, so we're gonna go to the long bristle side, and now we'll just kind of add. It definitely is a drier formula, which I kind of really like, because you know, when you're trying to apply color into your brows with something less precise like this, it can get kind of messy and sloppy, but because this is almost like a drier, I don't know that it's a drier formula, because maybe because there's just less product on the wand itself, it ends up being really easy to use. I was picturing this performing similar to just most brow gels I already have. So let's start out here. Okay, so dipping in again, there was definitely more product, so maybe it was just that I was starting with less. It does also mention, you know, wiping off any excess product, so maybe I'll do a little of that. Yeah, okay, now it's packing a little more punch now that I've got more. So just be aware of that, but I really liked, I think the key for me will be to wipe off any excess so that it applies more like the first time I applied it. It's definitely looking darker on this brow. I'm gonna just kind of comb through a bit. Yeah, I have a feeling this is gonna have some killer staying power though too. Cool, that is exciting. It does feel a little bit different than a lot of the ones I've recently tried. So I'll keep you posted on this in like a future speed reviews video. I have had this on my wish list for forever. So excited to finally try the Kosas pink powder here. I love, love, love a pink setting powder for the under eye. It is so brightening. It looks so pretty to me, but all of the ones I think that I've tried have been loose, and I like that. But boy, a pressed powder, if it can work the way a loose one does, it would be really nice. It's so much easier. So I already know I love the Kosas Cloud Set powder. So let's see if this just kind of brightens the way I'm hoping it does. I shouldn't say brightens. I feel like the pink powder, it's not that it brightens it, it's almost that it like, I don't know that neutralizes the right word, but that's kind of what it feels like it does. It neutralizes it. And then if I've got blush here too, I feel like it just all blends really nicely together. I can't explain it. If you like pink powder as well, try to explain why below. Let's see. Maybe one of you guys can word it better than I am right now. But yeah, the Cloud Set powder formula, I have the original right here. It is very well loved, well used. I love this formula because it somehow manages to be a hybrid between like a lightweight powder and a very, very blurring powder. Like it really is incredible. I use that on my under eye, all over the face. Like it is such a great product. So this feels formula-wise pretty similar. I love that it is in a pressed format. So I'm gonna keep using this. I'm liking it so far. It's hard to tell, especially with something like this right off the bat. So another repurchase is the Tower 28 mascara. I have repurchased this a countless amount of times. I like the brown. I also like the black. I got it in black, which is called Jet. Again, I just can't live without this mascara. I feel like it captures every single lash. You can really like wiggle it at the base. It does not flake or smudge, like it stays in place. This is just officially my favorite mascara. I don't think I've repurchased a mascara quite as many times as I have with this one. I just love it. This is definitely a formula though that I find after that 3-month period, it really doesn't perform the same. And I need to actually replace, whereas, you know, other mascaras, you'll eke out a little more time here or there. But this is one that I do find it really does not work the same after a couple months. So I have to repurchase, but I love the way it pushes my lashes up, holds a curl. I just love it. So I'll do that layer, do the other, and then I'll layer like one more on top of that. There's nothing quite like a fresh new mascara. Although, you know, some formulas are just not as good the first like week you open it. This is one that I feel like is good straight out the gate. I think it gets better a week or two in, but I feel like it's really good straight up. I just feel like they look fluttery with this mascara. Do you know what I mean? They don't look like so crunchy and pulled together. They look volumized, but fluttery. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the rest of my face with the just regular Tower 28 powder. I don't know, with the pink, I guess I could set my face with it, but that's not really what I plan to use it for. I really do just plan to use it on my under eye. Is that crazy? I don't know. I don't find that I really love pink powder all over the face. Okay, so I want to use this new shade of the Kosas Blushes Life. Okay, fine. I've already used it. Fine. I just love this so much. I previously bought another shade in this line and it just wasn't right. And this one is perfect for my skin tone. For a baked blush, I feel like sometimes it can be hard to get the product out of the pan. This is a great baked product. Like it is so easy. I just love this color. I love the kind of marbleized look. I love the bluish purple packaging, like everything about it. and it stays really nicely. The couple times I've worn this shade, it stays really, really nicely. I'm just gonna kind of blend it in a bit. I also got a new liner from Say. This is in the shade Wink. This packaging is just really pretty. It's like a nicer, I mean, it's still a lip liner, but it has this like just really pretty sheen to it that I was looking at my other lip liners and I was like, this does kind of stand out as really pretty. This shade looks like would be perfect for every day for me. It's a wooden lip liner. I find that even though it can be annoying to like have to resharpen a wooden liner of any kind, I definitely find that a lot of times my favorite formulas are wooden pencils. There's something about them, I feel like a lot of times they stay really well, but they can still be creamy, especially when you have freshly sharpened it or at least like warmed it up on your hand, you know? Wow, this is like exactly my lip shade. That's pretty incredible. I mean, like it is like almost so spot on, it's like throwing me off. Anyway, I mean, I feel like it looks really pretty. The formula itself was really nice. I don't have any complaints. I feel like it feels comfortable. I just colored in my lips completely and it looks like a lipstick. All right, I'm gonna throw on this is something I already know and love, the Milk Odyssey lip gloss. Just a little bit. I don't actually want it to look wildly glossy. I just kind of want just a little pop to it. Oh, this stuff is so good. This lip gloss, you guys, is so good. Oh, definitely my favorite. So all in all, I feel like everything, I'm trying to think if there was anything that really stood out as like, everything worked well. I will have to report back, of course, on the foundation, the brow gel, and the like Kosas pink powder. I already know I like the blush, okay? And I already know I like the Milk makeup and the mascara. The lip liner I really enjoyed too. The other things, by the way, if you're just kind of curious, I did use some points up when I placed this order a while ago. This is the Biossance little kit. It's got the Squalane moisturizer I already know I like, and then it's got their eye cream. We travel a decent amount, so these get used, and I was thinking, I'm like, honestly, I think I'm completely out of travel moisturizer, so that's perfect. And then another thing I go through quickly are travel cleansers. This is one that I use all the time, the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cleanser, so that is great. That was a great use of points for me. And yeah, thank you again to Sephora for sponsoring this video. Again, you can shop the Fragrance for All event now through December 24th. Pick out a fragrance, whether it's for you or for a gift for someone. It is an awesome time. You can save 20% off your full-size fragrance order by using the code FRAGRANCE20. I will have my top fragrance picks for you down in the description box if that is helpful. I'll also have a pinned comment. And again, if it is a last minute gift or you need it soon, you can choose their buy online, pick up in store or curbside option, or you can do their same day delivery. You can stack that free same day delivery on top of the Fragrance 20 code, which is amazing. So great time to buy a fragrance if you are looking for one. Thank you guys for watching this all the way to the end, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.